This video will explain 3 different methods for adding fonts to your Windows 11 PC. Though it's for Windows 11, the processes for previous versions of Windows are either very similar or the same. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you've already got a font you're planning to install. For the sake of completeness though, I'll go ahead and download 3 different fonts from this site, defonts.com. I'm in the mood for some horror fonts, so I'll search for horror, resulting in a big long list of fonts. I'll download one of the first ones named simply horror, then I'll skip to the next unique names, horrors, followed by horroroid. Each of these downloads is a compressed zip file. I'll extract the first one and check out what we have. Looks like we have a single TTF file. The 2 main font file extensions you'll run across are TTF and OTF. They will both be handled the same way. For the first installation, I'll simply right-click on the TTF file and select Install. Next, I'll open a blank Word document and search for horror in the font section of the Home tab of the ribbon. With the horror font selected, I'll try typing something. I'm writing in horror. This font has everything you need. Punctuation, caps, lowercase, underlines, italics, bold, even strike through. The next font in our list is the horroroid font. I'll extract that and see what I get. Look at all those TTF files. Looks like there's a different file for every single style you want to apply to this font. There are also several different variations on the font. With this font, I'll use the Fonts section of the Control Panel for installation. I'll open the Fonts section of the Control Panel by opening the Start menu, searching for font, and opening it from there. Here we see a long list of the fonts available on this machine. In my horroroid folder, I'll rearrange the files by type to make sure that I can easily select only the font files. I'll highlight all the TTF files and drag them right into this list of fonts. I'll open a new Word document, and this time I'll use the drop-down to scroll to the different horroroid fonts I just installed. As you can see here, there is a whole section of different variations of the horroroid fonts available. Next, I'll extract the third font, Horrors. This time I'll install the font by moving the files directly into the Fonts folder. This can be found in C/Windows/Fonts. This opens a kind of hybrid window of Control Panel in Explorer. This font has both OTF and TTF files. This time I'll use the OTF files. I'll select all the OTF files in the folder and drag them right over into the Explorer window. I'll open a new Word document and see what's going on with the Horrors font. There it is. And even though I dragged both the Horrors and the Horrors italic into the Fonts folder, only the Horrors font is listed. Back in the Fonts folder, I can double-click on the Horrors font, and we see that both the Horrors and the Horrors italic are listed within the font family. This was a short, superficial memory jogging quick note about the step-by-step process for installing a font in Windows 11. One thing that I should mention though is that it's always a good idea to check the licensing information delivered with any font you download, particularly if you're going to be using it for commercial purposes. Most fonts come with some sort of licensing agreement, often in the form of a TXT file. If the lack of detail in this video leaves you with questions, please let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.